Hey guys, it's Kayla from Killing It With Coupons, and I have got a Walgreens haul to share with you guys for today. So this week I actually placed my Walgreens order as a shipping order. I believe with Walgreens, $35 or more. If you spend $35 or more, the shipping is no additional cost. So I ended up doing that because my local Walgreens was out of a few of the items, and they were kind of the items that I really wanted to get. So that's why I ended up placing this as a shipping order, because that way it fulfills the order for the most part. Like it will sometimes ship it from different stores. You can still get everything that you were planning on if your store was out of it. However, what did end up happening, which isn't the biggest deal, but because of that though, with Fetch, now Fetch doesn't actually connect to your Walgreens account, but for me, I have it so that it checks my emails for my receipts, and it does that with, like, it can check for Walgreens, and so it did that for Walgreens, but it actually only checked the Herbal Essence. These shipped separately. It was like most of the items shipped together, and then the Herbal Essence shipped separately, and the Garnier shipped separately. And that was one item that I know my store was out of, and that item as well I think my store was out of, and I think they were out of these too. Or maybe they had the Herbal Essence, but then there was something that they only had like one in stock of, which might have been the Herbal Essence. I don't know. But anyways, so though, because of that, it took the receipts and only saw the like Herbal Essence that I purchased, because the emails come in as like when they're shipped or when they arrive. They'll be like, oh, congratulations, part of your order's arrived, or congratulations, part of your order shipped. So since those shipped separately, it only saw the order number as being those items that I got and not everything else, which again isn't that big of a deal, but these are counting towards the P&G Fetch like rebate, where I think it was, if you spend $50, I think you get like $3 back or something like that. I've been getting some good deals on P&G items, so like that's slowly been tracking over time. And so these counted $10 towards that. Well, the Pantene should have also counted towards that as well, but again, because of the, like I said, the way the receipts work, it didn't recognize that. So while I'm $18 shy of that right now, that would have been $8, and I would have been about $10 shy. So I think the rebate doesn't expire for a while still, but like I said, it's just a little unfortunate that I did pick that up and wasn't like credited for it, which, like I said, I don't know how you like go about submitting the other parts of the order if that one is not like recognized, you know, like I was saying, because the emails come in separately. But other than that, I got everything that I planned on. Like I said, it all shipped, everything was fine, and everything worked out like it was supposed to. However, this week I did not have a spend booster. I know that the spend boosters that are available are account specific, and I just don't seem to get those anymore. I also did though have my dad go to Walgreens on one day earlier in the week to pick up a photo gift for my mom for Mother's Day. It's actually this magnet right here of Sophie, our puppy. But when I had my dad go and pick that up, it printed off like a paper spend booster, but again, I don't get any of the digital ones anymore. I do almost all my deals digitally, again, either pickup or shipping, just so I don't have to mess with like the register reward system, which can be sometimes kind of obnoxious, along with just couponing in general. It saves me time and also hassle sometimes at the store. But again, I have not been getting any of those spend boosters. So if you do have the spend booster for this week though, the items I picked up would have totaled over, I think it was a $45 spend booster for most accounts, depending, but again, I did not get one. So these deals I did without that. These were just like regular store sales. I also did not use any promo code this week either, because my items didn't end up matching the promo codes that were going on for this week. So I also did it without any promo codes, and I still think for my net cost was pretty good. So the sales here at Walgreens run from May 10th until May 16th. I ended up getting these items on the 13th, and they would have totaled $93.47. I paid $31.94 plus tax out of pocket and saved $61.53. I used $20 in Walgreens cash, and again, I did not have any spend boosters, and none of this was spend deals, so I was safe to use Walgreens cash. I could have used more if I wanted to, but I did get back $25.83 in Walgreens cash, and again, that was with no spend booster or anything like that. So again, if you do have a spend booster though for this week, you could still end up earning that back as well, which made my net cost though $26.11 for these items, which again, overall, I do not think is too bad. Because the Scott products, those are $5 each, and since I got 4 of them, that would have been $20. So I only paid about $6 more than what those items retailed at. And one of the items that I desperately actually need is hairspray. I was able to get this really good deal on the Herbal Essence hairspray, which ended up making for, again, I think really worthwhile deals at Walgreens for this week. So again, a lot of these items are super cheap too. I feel like the bulk of what I paid for was for the Scott products. And even though these aren't like the best sale ever, I am really low in paper products. It's one of the things that I just have not gotten a ton of like really great deals for. I did actually surprisingly get another one at Target for this week, and I will hopefully share with you guys that haul. But as far as paper products go, I again thought for us personally, since we are low in paper products, this overall was not too bad of a deal. Start off with, I picked up 2 of the Walgreens brand razors, which are $1.99, but they're on sale, buy one get one 50% off, so they'll be $2.98. Regularly though, they would be $3.98. You'll pay $2.98 out of pocket. There is no coupon, but you earn $2 back in Walgreens cash when you buy 2 Walgreens brand razors this week. So it'll be 98 cents for 2 or 49 cents each, and you'll save $3. Another pretty good deal. Now you can do this with the multi-purpose solution or also those lens wipes as well. But the Walgreens brand multi-purpose solution is $3.99 on sale, buy one get one 50% off. So it'll be $5.98. At regular price, they'll be $7.98, but you will pay the $5.98 out of pocket. There is no coupons for these, except for you do need to clip the digital coupon for $5 back in Walgreens cash when you buy 2. So that will end up making these just 98 cents for 2 or 49 cents each. You will earn that $5 back on the Walgreens brand like eye and ear care. So again, these are the like contact lens solution, but you can also get those lens wipes as well, which I believe are also priced for $3.99. And then again too, with the sale and everything like that, you will get those for the same price, but you'll save $7 with those. I also picked up 2 of the Colgate toothpaste. Now this is a pretty good deal because we don't often get Colgate toothpaste at Walgreens. So if you are like kind of an exclusive Walgreens shopper and you don't do a lot of in-store deals, this is really good because this offers Walgreens cash back online, which I don't tend to get as many deals on. A lot of the times it's only in stores with register rewards. So again, if you are like an online shopper like me and you shop really just at Walgreens, again, this is the time to go ahead and get Colgate toothpaste if that's what you prefer. These are on sale for $5, so 2 of them will be $10. They're regularly $5.99, so they would have been $11.98. We have a $5 off 2 digital coupons, so you will pay $5 and then earn $4 back in Walgreens cash when you buy 2 of the Colgate's toothpaste, making these $1 for 2 or 50 cents each, and you save $10.98 with those. I picked up the sensitive kind. I'm hoping that it's pretty similar to like the Sensodyne, and that's what I tend to use, that and also the Colgate Max Fresh as well. I normally use both of those toothpastes. So again, I'm hoping that this is pretty similar to that and a lot cheaper than the Sensodyne toothpaste at 50 cents. Then the Garnier Fructis is also a really good deal this week. I picked up the Garnier, these 2-in-1s, which again, my store doesn't carry, and I like this because my dad and my brother use a lot of times like the 2-in-1s. They don't really use conditioner that often unless it's in a 2-in-1. They're on sale though for $3.99, so they'll total $7.98. Regularly though, they are $6.29, so they would have been $12.58. There's a $3 off 2 digital coupons, so you'll pay $5.98 and earn $3 back in Walgreens cash when you buy 2, making these $1.98 for 2 or 99 cents each, and you save $10.60, which is a pretty good deal also. Then, like I said, my favorite deal, because I needed some hairspray. I am not insanely low, but I've really noticed that hairspray, like a lot of times when there is a deal that is also running with like shampoos and conditioners, the shampoos and conditioners tend to be cheaper than like the hairspray or like styling products. So like again, whereas maybe these are on sale for $3.99 this week, the Garnier styling products would be like $4.99 or more. So a lot of times it makes it for a better deal to get the shampoos and and conditioners than it is the styling products. So that's why a lot of times that's what I pick up, and I don't get a ton of deals on like hairspray and mousse and like that kind of stuff normally used pretty often. And again, I have not gotten a lot of deals on these. So the Pantene Miracle Rescue though, I picked up the split end repair. You can also pick up the like, I don't know, the 3-pack serum, I think it is, or something like that, or like the kit. You can get either of those. They're on sale for $8 this week. They're regularly $9.99, but there is a $5 digital coupon. Then I also picked up 2 of the Herbal Essence. They're on sale for $5, which will total $10 for the 2 of them. And regularly they are $5.99, so they would have been $11.98. And for those Herbal Essence, there's a $3 off 2 digital coupon. So for the Pantene and the Herbal Essence, you'll be left to pay $10, but you will earn $5 back in Walgreens cash this week when you buy 3 of the P&G brand hair care products. And so those 3 P&G items will earn that back, making it $5 for 3 or $1.67 each. You'll save $16.97, which like I said is under $2, which is a lot of times, like I was kind of saying with like a deal like this, where if they're $4.99 and it's running like the similar deal with like the coupon and then the sale and stuff like that, they'd be $1.99. So I was able to get that hairspray cheaper than that $2, which I thought was pretty good. Then I also picked up the Tresemme. Now Tresemme is probably one of my favorite shampoos and conditioners. I will use the Garnier. I prefer Tresemme or probably L'Oreal. So I thought this was a pretty good deal for me. Also because these are the pretty big size bottles. These are almost double the size of the Garnier, as you guys can see. These are 12.5 ounces and then these are 28 ounces bottles. So these are the larger size bottles. So again, I thought this deal worked out to be pretty well for what you end up getting as the net cost for these. They are $12 for 2 on sale this week. Regularly $7.49, so they would have been $14.98. There's a $4 off 2 digital coupons, so you'll pay $8 out of pocket, but get $4 back in Walgreens cash when you buy 2 this week, making these $4 for 2 or $2 each. And like I was saying, they are double the size of the Garnier, so really it works out to be, I mean, they're actually a little bit bigger, so they do work out to be cheaper, like per ounce really, than even that Garnier deal for this week. And like I said, that's a pretty good deal, especially for a product that I really prefer. And then lastly, I picked up the Scott brand products. Like I was saying, this was a pretty good deal for us because we are a little bit low in paper products. It's not something that I have a super great big stockpile of. Thankfully, I have enough that I haven't had to go out and spend retail price on anything, but I haven't been getting a ton of deals where I feel like we're really stocked up. And I also haven't gotten a lot of deals recently. Like we were kind of stocked up pretty well for a while, and then we kind of haven't been because we haven't been getting as many deals. So like I said, I thought these were pretty good for us. But the Scott brand products are $5 each, as you guys can see on the package, but they're on sale buy one get one 50% off. So the total $15. It's basically like you get one of them for free. At regular price though, they would be $20, so you'll pay the $15 out of pocket. There's no coupons this week for these, but you'll earn $2 in Walgreens cash back when you buy 4 of them, so it'll be $13 for 4 or $3.25 each. Again, not quite the best price. These are more than 50% off, which especially for like these products, I would prefer to get them 50% off, and we have in the past gotten them a little bit cheaper, but considering we don't have any other coupons, and like I said, I don't have a huge stockpile right now of paper products, I thought this was a pretty good deal. I'm actually getting pretty low in toilet paper, and like I said, I am picking up some. I found a good deal at Target for this week, but there's not, I don't have a ton, so I still thought that even at that price, even though these are cheaper, I still thought this is a pretty good deal, and they do kind of last pretty long too. Like I'm kind of okay with how long that toilet paper lasts. So, like I said, I didn't think it was too bad of a deal. Honestly, too, you could pick up like 4 of the paper towels or 4 of the toilet papers or mix and match however you want. You don't have to do it this way. This was just the way I bought them. The sale will still work the same, and since there's no item specific coupons, you can mix and match with that however, and you'll still get that $2 back when you buy 4. But again, with these, I ended up saving $7. So again, I didn't think it was that great of a deal, but I also didn't think it was that bad of a deal just because we are kind of lower in the paper products. So that was it for me for Walgreens for this week. That was everything I ended up picking up. I don't think that there was a ton of other deals at Walgreens for this week that I ended up not really doing. Maybe a couple, but these were the items, like I said, that I thought were really good deals. And again, like I was saying, even though my net cost was a little bit high, it was mainly for those paper products. Like most of the, again, the toothpaste and the hair care and, you know, those items were really pretty cheap this week. But it was just the paper products were kind of a little expensive. And like I was saying though, that was kind of the main thing that I was like, yeah, we really need this. If we got a deal, I should probably pick it up. So, and I was still able to use a Walgreens cash to pay. Again, I wasn't able to use the promo codes because most of these items this week, with I think the exception of the Walgreens razors and the Walgreens multi-purpose solution, I think all of these items were considered the deal of the week, and with those the promo code does not apply to them. So that's why I was not able to use the promo code. Maybe the Tresemme wasn't, but like most of the items for this week were considered like deals of the week, and the promo codes don't apply to those items. So I wasn't able to use any of the promo codes really, other than like the WAG 10 that I could have used. But again, it was just not that big of a deal. I think it was gonna take like $1 off anyway, but it does have a limit to how many times you can use that promo code. So I thought I'd save it for probably a time when it was a little bit of a better deal. But other than that, like I said, with no promo code and no spend booster, I still thought 26 bucks for these items was a pretty good deal. So that does it for me this week. If you guys have any other deals going on at Walgreens or a haul, let me know. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like and follow, and I'll see you guys all in the next haul. So bye guys.